All right, hello IED class. This is your first video lesson on friction. And we're doing these video lessons because during class, I'm going to be working on manufacturing cams and using the laser cutter. And that takes some time, and I want to make sure that you have something to do, something productive to do during that time. So everybody has to complete these video lessons. Follow along in the PlayPosit. When I ask you questions, there'll probably be a corresponding question in PlayPosit. So the video will pause and you can answer the question in PlayPosit. So make sure you're following along, make sure you have answers to the questions because I'm going to be grading the answers to these questions. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to log on to PLTW and Intro to Engineering Design, and you're going to go to PLTW Activity 4.2.2. So pause the video and give yourself time to get there. Once you're there, I would like you to read through the information here, investigating friction, understand the definition of friction. If you click on the little green link here, the green word, you'll see that you get a definition. And then we're going to do this activity with the friction of the chemistry and the physics books. So this is a simulation. Obviously, it's not exactly what happens, but it's a good description or a good simulation. So before you start that, I want you to record some observations about the blue and the green molecules and make up the textbook. Now you can put this in your notebook, you can put it somewhere else. I'm going to ask you these questions, some of these questions in PlayPosit. So just take a look at these molecules here. You can see that this is sort of a molecular view of the chemistry and the physics books. The chemistry book's on top, the physics book is on the bottom, and this is supposed to represent molecules in those books. Right, so you can move the blue book up and down, you can move it back and forth, and that's what we're going to do in this example. Right, so the first thing I'd ask you to do here is to raise up the chemistry book and move it up and down, and listen for the sounds. Right, so just go ahead and do that. I'm going to do it on the video here. You should do it on your own. Right, I'm going to see what it sounds like when I pick up the chemistry book, see what it sounds like when I put down the chemistry book, so that I know what's happening in the simulation. All right, so we're going to skip this question about how the movement looks because we haven't really talked about molecular views or anything like that. But I want you to do the next part, is the friction part, right? So when two surfaces rub together, it creates friction. And I'm sure you've heard that a lot. You understand what friction is. You've heard about frictional force, or how you have less friction when you have wheels on something like that. But we're actually going to sort of demonstrate it here. So slowly take this and rub it back and forth, and you'll see, you'll hear the frictional component here between the two books, and you'll see that the temperature goes up as well. So I'm going to pause here and give you a chance to work on that.